Hey there. Have you ever had a time in your marriage when you thought that you could actually use some help, maybe from couples counselor or a couples coach, but your partner adamantly refuses to go with you? So you just throw up your hands and go, okay, let's just keep going the same way we're going. Well, the truth of the matter is, you really don't need your partner to come with you to make huge changes in your marriage. I'm Leslie Dories, your marriage coach, creator of the Hero Husband Project, and owner of Foundations Coaching. And this is a really common thing that's like, how do I fix a problem if my partner won't participate? Well, there's a lot that you can do on your own. Because the truth of the matter is, if you start doing something different and you're clear about what you're doing and why you're doing it, and you have support from a professional in implementing these changes, yes, your partner may not originally be on board, but they can't keep doing the same thing if you're doing something different. And people could say, well, why should I do it on my own? Well, there's a lot of different reasons. And the first one is, what is your goal? If you want a better marriage and everything you've tried hasn't worked, you have a couple of options. You can keep trying to do the same things with getting the same result, which some people say that's a definition of insanity. Or you can just go, nothing's going to change, so I need to get out. But there's an option of taking the time and making the effort to learn what makes relationships work and then implement it in your relationship. Because when you change your part of the pattern, the first thing is your partner is going to try to get you to do the same old thing. And by the way, that is a feature, not a flaw of this process, because everybody wants to stay in the doing what's comfortable, even if it isn't getting them what they want, which is counterintuitive, but that's how humans work. I want to keep doing the same thing, but I want things to be different. That doesn't work that way. So if you have the courage, what my mentor Terry Real calls relational courage, meaning I am going to take responsibility for what's going on in my marriage, and I'm going to learn how to do it more productively. And then I'm going to stick with that regardless of the pushback that I get from my partner. Guess what? Things will change. Now, there are a couple of ways in which to do this. And the first part is letting go of the fear that, well, why should I have to do this if my partner isn't going to? Well, there are a lot of reasons for that. You might have the capacity to do it, and because of what's happened in your partner's life, they don't. They might not actually see that there's anything wrong with what they're doing. And if they were married to somebody else, it might be fine. But because they're married to you and it's not okay with you, and I'm sure you've tried talking about it, I'm sure you've probably even thought about it. I'm sure you've given it time to see if things will change on their own. But time without action just makes all of us older. It doesn't really solve anything. And we go back to this idea of fear. Why should I do it? Well, because you want a different relationship. And ultimately, none of us have any control over other people. We can influence other people, but we can't, short of having a gun to their head, we can't really force them to do anything. And even if they have a gun to their head, they can still say no. So the truth of the matter is that couples counseling is actually simultaneous individual work. That may come as a surprise to you, and that's one of the reasons why if I go in to a professional and say, fix my partner, it's not going to work because your focus is in the wrong place. And, this doesn't sound fun. I get it, right? But it is about being a mature, functional adult. If you want something different, what steps are you going to take to make it different? It's sort of the same thing. I have a serious a serious liking of Dunkin' Donuts jelly donuts. So I don't go to Dunkin' Donuts because I will eat jelly donuts, right? If there's a jelly donut in front of me, I'm going to eat it. I have to, if I don't want to weigh 300 pounds from eating a bunch of Dunkin' Donuts jelly donuts, I have to be in charge of not eating them. And one of the ways that I do that is I don't go to Dunkin' Donuts, right? It's the same concept. And the challenge is you've got a built-in scapegoat because your partner's right there. And yes, you want your partner to do things differently, and your request may be completely legitimate. But if your partner is not on board with going, then you can still learn and implement. And yes, that does mean you'd be doing more of the heavy lifting, and you have to be okay with that. But the question is, do you want the outcome, or do you care about how you get the outcome? And coming to terms with that is going to take you a long way to getting what you want. I work with individuals all the time around their relationships. And when they have the skill set and they can implement it with support, they get what they want. So you can stay stuck and ask your partner or plead with your partner to go get help. But you actually can do it on your own. And so if you're interested, and the other thing is I do recommend that the professional you go to is trained in doing couples work so that they have that skill set and they can guide you through what's going to happen when you start making these changes. But the sooner you make the changes, the faster you're going to get the result, the less damage is going to be done to the relationship, and you're going to get what you want. To me, that's a win-win-win. So if you're interested in knowing how to do that, I invite you to get in touch with me. You can put a comment down below saying get in touch. You can DM me. You can send me an email at leslie@foundationscoachingnc.com. But the longer you wait to do the things that are within your control, the more damage there's going to be and the harder it is going to be to get things on track. So love to know your thoughts. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel. Share this with the people that you care about. And the thing that I want to say is, Dr. Phil, love him or hate him, would say the only thing worse than being in a bad relationship for 5 years is for being in a bad relationship for 5 years and 1 day. And it doesn't have to necessarily even be a bad relationship. If it's not what you want, if there's an aspect of your relationship that you want to be different, take action now. So hopefully you found that helpful. And until next week, stay loving.